Is really shaken up the American Idol family. The victims here, Robin Kaye and her husband Thomas DeLuca. Robin was for the last 15 seasons the music supervisor for American Idol. She worked with the coaches, she worked with the contestants in selecting the music that they would perform, throughout their season on American Idol. So she was vital to the success of that show. But what we found out happened, what right now police believe is a double homicide. They went into the house yesterday, into Robin and Thomas's house. They were there on a welfare check because someone had called police and said that they hadn't heard from them in several days. When the police arrived there, they saw a broken window. They saw blood near the front entrance, and when they actually entered the house, found both Robin and Thomas deceased in the home. Now, what's interesting is that police had been out to this house last week. They went out there on Thursday, and what we're told is that a neighbor called police because they saw someone that they believed to be armed enter their property. Unclear how they entered, if they climbed over a fence or something, but a neighbor saw something that was suspicious enough to call police. And police did respond. They went out there, they checked the property. They didn't see any signs on Thursday of a forced entry, and that was the end of that. What's unclear is whether or not they actually made contact with Robin and her husband Thomas on Thursday. But
that was what I was wondering. We don't know if Robin and her husband were home at the time of the previous call on Thursday.
Right. Exactly. We don't know.
Okay.
The one clue though is that we're told they left the home on Thursday, the police did, and didn't, on Thursday at least, see any sign of forced entry. When they went back on Monday, there were signs of forced entry. So it may just be a coincidence. Who knows? Or if this person that the neighbor saw is ultimately the person responsible for the double homicide. But that's obviously what police are investigating now. And we are told that they do have surveillance videos either at Robin and Thomas's house or in the area that are aiding in this search for a suspect.
Is there anything else that police are revealing about the circumstances, the evidence or what they sort of found inside the home? Was there any indication that this may have been some kind of a robbery, a break-in, a burglary?
It doesn't sound like they found, we haven't heard yet of any things being taken from the house, but we do know that both Robin and Thomas died from gunshot wounds. So it's just, is this just a random thing? Was this targeted? And if it was targeted, you would think that the intent was to, a burglary, but maybe that they walked in the middle of this burglary. It's just unclear at this point. But, we have been obviously talking to people in the American Idol world who are just all shocked by this. And, no one that we've spoken to has said there's any reason to believe that Robin or her husband would be targeted, which is at least the people that she worked with feel like this had to be just a tragic random incident.
Yeah, and given that she's worked on the show for so long, I mean, she's obviously, sort of been involved. This is probably hitting home for a whole lot of people who've been involved with that show over the years.
Yeah, and I'd imagine some contestants as well, because like I said, in her role, she was really integral in their success, or picking songs and helping them sharpen it before they went on to perform. So I'm sure there are a lot of people who have gone through the American Idol process who certainly know the name Robin Kaye.
Yeah. All right. Just an awful crime, and the cops are working hard to try to figure this one out. All right, Charles, I appreciate the update.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, Alex.
Talk
Take
to you
care.
soon.